of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of
Sometimes my mama said, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one, okay? Go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
Take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is three black guys with a mic.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It says my Skype is muted. Can you hear me?
No,
You loud
and clear. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I look very orange. What's up with that?
You too orange? You Trumpish? That's what's going
I'm a
down?
little Trumpish. I'm a little glitchy.
No, you good. You coming clean to me?
I'm a little clean right now.
Yeah.
What's the dealio, my Nellio? It's been a minute since we've all been together on this
Hey Danielle.
half of hours. It's been a minute.
It's been a
Everybody
minute.
who's on with us, let us know. What's up, Danielle? It's been a minute. How are you, my love? And everybody else who's joining us, let us know where you are, where you're from, what you're doing, and the whole 9 yards. Lamont, what's been happening? Maynard, what's the dealio?
Yo, man, I'm just trying to live this life, man. Racism does not exist in America.
You can't live any other life.
There's no racism in America.
There's no what?
There's no racism in America. It's defeated. It's done. Over with.
Didn't your vice president say that? There was no racism in America?
She agreed with Tim Scott.
What's the name of that game? Black Card Revoke?
I know Lamont wants to discuss that.
Black Card Revoke?
Lamont, what you got to say about it, Lamont?
No. Don't say nothing, Lamont. Because this is that BS you do all the time. Every time we start talking about boxing, here you come, throw the white man out. That's what you do. Every time there is a problem that happens with either your man Joe or your girl Kamala, you throw the ball to Lamont.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I brought it up. I'm the one that brought it up.
No, you kind of really didn't bring it up.
I did bring it up.
You kind of lightly threw it out there, like it was like one of these tosses. It was like,
No. I brought it up. Come on now. What up, Frank? What up with Wadsworth? What's happening with y'all?
Anyways, go ahead, Lamont.
No, I just was out here trying to get my pearls and chucks. What was all that foolishness that they had going on with Kamala? We want the little girls to have someone to look up to. We want to stand in solidarity. We want to do all of this shenanigans, right? We crying in front of the TV screen. Uh-oh, we lost you. Or did I lose you?
Lose who? We right here.
It got quiet on here. I mean, we did all this hooping and hollering.
You talking? I'm respecting you.
I'm just saying. So in the what was that song? What have you done for me lately? Isn't that where we at? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm feeling like we've forgotten. But I knew we were gonna. Well, I should say that I knew. And Maynard's gonna say, "Oh, we got to give it some time." But we've surpassed 100 days, right? And
let me just ask. So, man, what would make her say? What would make her agree with Tim?
Right.
So I think
here we go with explaining. Go ahead.
I think a handful. Hey, you can't get out. Hey, we know this much.
It's all right.
You can't get out ahead. You can't get out ahead of the president, right? We know that Joe Biden got out ahead of Barack Obama, for instance, on gay marriage, and that put Barack in a real messed up situation. She's the vice president, and the president is the person who sets the policy and sets the agenda of essentially the Democratic Party. So, that's not her space to try to go and make news where the president has not, entered that area. That's A. 2, she did say, look, this is this, but this other thing. And she said, we have to recognize all this other. We have to recognize all this other evidence that demonstrates that there is a problem with race in America. Joe Biden was clear that he felt like, race is an issue in America. So it is what it is. What
do you mean? Because, Spud, you know what I'm feeling like? Remember that? Ham bone, have you heard? That's what do you mean it is what it is? Because I swear, if that would have been that orange dude that said this, or anybody, or Money Making Mitch, or X, Y, Z, Maynard would have been on here damn near in tears. But let Kamala do it, and the pearls and the chucks, and again, all that foolishness that we saw in January, now it is what it is.
I'm saying we know that America's.
It's Kamala, it's not Kamala.
I'm sorry. I always say that Kamala, yes.
That's what the problem is right there. You won't pronounce the name's woman. You won't pronounce the woman's name right.
No, Maynard. That's not the problem.
That is the problem.
Wow. So the focus is enunciation of someone's name. Like people, I hate this. I was on the phone with American Express the other day, and they was like, "Yes, Lamonte." No, Lamont. But it's an E, so it's okay. You feel what I'm saying? It's all good. But, so, I mean, at the end of the day, though, and I get what you're saying, Maynard, but honestly, I thought she would have been savvy enough and smart enough to said something different instead of denouncing and that they're saying there's no racism.
She got caught flat-footed.
Hold up. It's not even about getting in front of the president because you're supposed to be this immaculate district attorney. You're supposed to be all of this and all that, but you wasn't savvy enough to steer clear of that. Or why don't you just shut up? How about that?
Didn't they also campaign on some race?
She got caught flat-footed for sure. She should have. The right answer, the simple enough answer should have been, you know what? I'm gonna let Tim Scott speak for Tim Scott.
Exactly.
That should have been the answer.
Right. That's savvy.
But she ain't hired me, so.
Well, I don't. Well, she does got Simone Sanders, and I'm sure Simone Sanders should have said,
"Girl,
what's the other black girl from? Isn't that Kamala's press secretary or chief of staff? What's the other girl from MSNBC?
Who's the sister girl with the partner hair?
You talking about Jean Pierre?
Yeah.
But who you talking about with the partner hair? I don't know who you talking about.
I thought it was a sister. Did she have a partner hair? Maybe I'm thinking somebody different.
I think that's Simone.
MSNBC.
Okay, no, that is Simone. Okay, yeah. No, I was digging the partner hair one time. I was like, okay, I see you, homie.
But I'll say this though.
I just want you to take this L. No. I just want Maynard to make sure he take this L, that he carries it. All of this rah-rah foolishness that we've been talking about. Because when it was insurrection time, boy, you couldn't get Maynard to be quiet.
The insurrection is a whole other thing. We talking about they killed somebody, and you talking about this woman made a comment that was.
That was a list of one of many things. Even something and you can call it minute or major, but even when Donald even lied about, people at his inauguration, Maynard sat up on here, hemming and hawing and hollering and screaming. But now, all he can do is rub his throat, and you can barely get 6 words out of him.
If I try to see.
All right, you got it.
All right, so I think one of the things that we also got to recognize is that we can't let what Tim Scott is saying become let's pile up on Kamala.
Why not? Yeah.
These are Tim Scott's comments. Now she was
but that's the point.
See, that's why I can't get nothing out. Every time I try to talk, y'all just jump in.
Okay, let's just go here. All right. You are a 76ers fan.
All day, every day, twice on Sundays. First place in the East.
The 76ers basketball player pass the ball. No, if LeBron James was doing something stupid on the Lakers, and somebody on the 76ers commented about it, you would be like, yo, why you care about LeBron James? He's not even on our team. Tim Scott ain't even on our team. He don't even rock with us. So why would it, to your point, it should have just been Tim Scott's comments or for Tim Scott. And that's just that. So
that's what I
care nothing about what Tim Scott.
Isn't that what I just said? Isn't that what I said a second ago?
You said that.
Okay.
And now what you're trying to, here's what you're trying to do now. You're trying to say, oh, let's take the focus off of Kamala. Put it back on Tim Scott.
Because those are Tim Scott's comments.
That ain't even got nothing to do with us.
That's Tim Scott's comments. That was what Tim Scott said to Joe. Now hold on. Now we were in chat, right? And so this was Joe's, address to, the joint session or whatever.
State of the Union or something like that.
It wasn't the State of the Union, but yeah,
joint chiefs or something.
Joint session, joint assembly, 420, whatever.
Is that what it was? 420.
It was Weed Day.
It was a joint.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That was the problem. I didn't even realize.
So we kept going.
She got some of that Cali Kush. And that was the problem.
We were going back and forth, right? And I know, y'all ain't seen us because we've been on vacation. My hair grew. Spud lost 25 pounds. Lamont been to France. So we texting back and forth. And I just had a question. And I'm still asking this question to everybody that says something. I just want to know, what do black people want? What do we want?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
It's called the Hollywood Pivot Shuffle.
Robert Townsend in full effect.
Family, listen, anybody in the chat, anybody black, can y'all just tell me, listen, this is what I'm going to do. This is my mission. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write down 3 things. It could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 50 things, whatever it is that you want, but we only got so much time. I'm going to write it down. And there are 538 people in Congress, and then there's the White House and the judicial system. I'm going to make whatever number that is, those number of copies, and then I'm going to make that 4 more times. So it's going to be something like, I don't know, 6,000 copies. I'm going to go to D.C. I'm going to deliver it to everybody's door. Then I'm going to put it on everybody's car. Then I'm going to mess around and catch them in the hallway and hand it to them. What are the things? Huh?
That kind of time.
I'm going to make that time. What do we want? Give me.
Okay, here, let me. Can I say this real quick, and then I'll pass the ball. So anybody in the chat, feel free, Lamont. I'll pass the ball to you. I'm sure we have all seen Judas and the Black Messiah, which will segue into we've all seen the Black Panther Party fight for the vanguard. We all know the history of the Black Panther Party. In the Black Panther Party, there is a 10-point whatever it's called, bulletin or whatever it is.
Okay.
In those things, the Black Panthers laid out what they wanted.
Give me at least a good 3 then.
I have to look. I'll look them up. But while I'm freestyling, right? Black Panther. I'm sorry.
My man Frank said we want a mule. I don't know what I'm gonna do with a mule.
All right, so Black Panther 10-point program. I'm going somewhere.
Deshaun said we can't even come together and agree on our demands from America. I'm not saying that yet, Deshaun. Okay. I'm not saying that yet. Don't get out ahead of me.
So here's the Black Panther 10-point program, right?
Okay.
1, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black community. We want full employment for our people.
Hold on. Is this like 3? Are you going 1, 2, 3, or are you?
I'm just gonna run through them real quick.
I mean, but I'm saying, are you on 3?
Hold on, I'm going.
No, I'm saying Is this all 1, or is this the 3rd one that you're on?
This is the 10-point program.
Okay.
We want full employment for our people. We want an end to the robbery by the white man of our black community. We want decent housing, fit for shelter of human beings. We want education for our people that express the true nature of this Canaan American society. We want education that teaches our true history and our role in the present day society.
Okay.
We want all black men to be exempt from military service. Now that one we can put to the side. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people. We want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jail. Now, some of y'all Negroes need to be in there, but we'll come back to that one. We want all black people to be brought to trial, to be tried in a court by a jury of their peers, group, or people from their black communities. Now, we got a little bit of that, but not all the way. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. Now, let me just ask you this question. Out of those that I have just read from the Black Panther Party, which was established in the 60s, how many of those things have we gotten? So you sitting up here telling me about what do black people want? We want the same damn things we've been asking for the last 400 years that we haven't got.
Okay,
equality and freedom and justice.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not telling you what black people want. I just asked. I'm
answering your question.
Okay, right, but you sitting up here telling me what black people want. Lamont, you got anything to add to the list?
You asked the question.
I know. I just asked, but you acting like I'm telling you. I ain't tell you nothing yet.
No. I'm not saying that you're telling me. I'm just saying.
You did say that.
I'm answering your question. Allow for black folk to have the same thing that we've been asking for. Let's start with the things we've been asking for.
Okay. Lamont, you got anything to add to this?
We want French fries on Friday, 50-50 raffles.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think when Donald Trump runs in 2024, after watching Maynard's behavior today, this is why we might need Donald as a president, because when Donald Trump was the president, Maynard said on this podcast, on this platform, that he screamed week by week all of the things that were wrong in our community and what we needed to do and how to fix it. And we need to move over here and get jobs over there and have education over here. All of these things, Maynard had all of the answers. But now we got on our pearls and chucks. Maynard needs to figure out what it is that we need in our community. I'm just confused.
The question is, what do you want?
Ice Cube on the phone for
right.
You want Ice Cube on the phone? That's it? That's what y'all want? Ice Cube on on the phone.
Don't you remember Maynard criticizing Ice Cube, talking about go somewhere, sit down, and
tell me what you want. Lamont is.
I told you.
No, I'm asking Lamont. That was the list that you brought from the Black Panther Party. I get that. Lamont, do you want to add something?
Well, let me throw this in, because I'm ashamed to say this, is that until about 3 days ago, because I saw a meme and I Googled it, I had no idea that Huey P. Newton had a PhD.
Okay. So what?
I had. Hold on, let me finish. Let me. So I think part of one of the things that Spud said, it's very interesting, about knowing history and how it's presented. But, I always say it's the messenger, not the message, because the messenger want to give you the bad message, because all we always got out of Huey was, we're going to whoop some ass. We never get that other side of it. So, that's just another shining example. But again, I just hate to say this comes from Minister Society. Maynard, you asked what we want. Spud, you went through those things that is scary, that in the 60s, these were things that we were asking for that are still prevalent and relevant today. You feel what I'm saying? And I always said their ice is colder, and I need to add that, that the hunt is on and we to pray.
Okay.
And we don't know that we to pray.
Okay, Lamont, what do you want me? What do you want me to tell them you want? Give me one thing.
No. I want you to give a message to black people.
In the 60s, listen, America owes us a check, and we coming to collect.
Okay, whoa. A check. A check?
And we coming to collect. 0,
so,
and quote Money in a Thing by Jay-Z. 10000 owed up.
Right. Okay, so I did this practice with 4 or 5 different groups of black folks that I ran and crawled. You through this past 2 weeks, you with this person and him and his family for a couple of days, or you hanging out with these dudes, or you run around and nobody wanted to just say straight out, like, yo, we want reparations. Nobody said that first. Nobody said, look, 40,000, 100,000, 2 million, whatever the number might be. And one dude was like, I think we should be given an opportunity to realize that's way too smart. Look, you want money? Say that. You want, and there are lots of things up here.
But money's not the answer, Maynard. The PPP program showed us that.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, Lamont. Listen to what I'm saying.
PPP.
A second ago, Spud said, look, we got all these 10 things. Then a second ago, he said, a check. Would you like to have reparations be paid, Lamont?
Is that the only thing? Because if that's the case, then we're going to keep making the funeral home rich. We're going to keep making the
shit. There's no, but you see,
I don't think that reparations in the form of money is the answer.
No,
because I think that it's easy for you to be able to. And again, I think to what Lamont's point is that look at the stimulus check, right? These things don't equate to what I think we really need, which is equality, fair housing. Give me, in the sense of reparations, give me the opportunity to be able to send my son to a college that he could be able to afford, or he can have some sort of program or grant or whatever, so that way he could be able to possibly have the education to be able to to compete on a even playing field.
Okay.
The same thing with, with housing. I mean, the same thing with police brutality. I don't think that these things are going to allow for us to be able to stop the things. We could be $1 million rich, right? It's just the story of OJ. It doesn't matter how much money we got. You're still a nigga. And I think that those things cannot come in the form of reparations. I just think that systemically we need things to be paid out in the form of reparations, so that way we could be able to compete on a very, racial playing field. Like, we're the lowest of the low, man. From Asian people. Listen, Asian folk, I love you. You are good people, all right? But I cannot believe how much, not just attention, but things are being put into place because of Asian hate. And not that these things don't happen, for black folks. But the needle don't get pushed that fast when it comes for black folks. And I just think that if I get $1 million and I go out and buy a Bugatti because somebody gave me reparations, is that gonna give me more attention to the police? The police gonna be like, wait, this motherfucker didn't got him a reparations check? Oh, I'm coming to get that. He got a Bugatti, but I bought a Bugatti with the reparations check? Oh, hell no. I'm pulling him over right now. So, I don't know, man. When you ask the question of what do we want, I think it's more about the question should be, what do black people need? Because what we want is totally different from what we need.
Okay, so
what we want is the stimulus.
So here's one issue that I really want to try to find out what you're saying to me is, if you got $1 million, is the first thing that you want to do is get a Bugatti?
Well, I think that you should also think about the mindset of the individual. Now, we talked about this on this podcast in regards to the stimulus check.
I think you might be selling. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
No. Because you said that.
Here we go with the health insurance again. Here go this foolishness with the checkup.
You said to me on the stimulus check, look, people gonna get they're gonna get the stimmy check, and they're gonna go and they're gonna pay their bills with it, and they're gonna do this with it, and they're gonna go and put it back into the economy.
That's not what I said.
That's what it's for. It's for to stimulate the economy.
That's what it is.
Well, that is true.
That's what is the name of it? Stimulus check, right?
Stimulus, and I get it. I understand it's to stimulate the economy. But honestly, for an unemployed person who just lost their job with 3 kids and don't know how to pay their bills, they're not thinking about going to a restaurant and, you know what I'm saying, it's stimulating the economy.
They think about buying a Bugatti?
Notice, and they got food and the whole 9 yards. Now, this is just my point. I'll let it go.
They think about buying a Bugatti? That's what you said?
Yeah, but a stimulus check and $1 million is something totally different, man.
Just give me a second.
Stimulus is $2,400.
For some, it's $5,600.
Yeah.
Lamont, you told me everybody went and bought Hellcats with their stimulus check.
Some of them did.
They did. They didn't buy the car, but they put the money down. And
Okay.
they
How much is it? What's the Hellcat go for?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
I mean, let us be honest. It's all relative at this point.
Not necessarily. No, it's not.
Maynard, I love you. I really wish. You know what? When you come to Detroit, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out in the hood for about a week.
Right.
And so you can see the things that actually happen in the hood. Because in your suburban mind, which I love, you're thinking about what suburban people do.
That's not what you. What did I just say?
Mom is a little bit in Clarence, and Clarence has two parents. Clarence went to Cranbrook. All of that 8 miles.
What did I say? I said when you get your stimulus check, people are going to. They call it stimulus for a reason. They're gonna go out and spend it.
That.
Right. Lamont said. Wait a minute. Lamont said a lot of people went out and took their $2,400, well, $1,400 or $2,800, or as you said, $7,200, $10,000, whatever it may have been based on their dependents, and bought Hellcats. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm saying if a Hellcat is $60,000, $70,000 and you get $1 million, you get a Bugatti, it is a relative concept that if the more money you got, maybe the more you'll spend on a vehicle. But I'm asking, is that the thing? You're telling me no, they're not doing it. You're saying they got to pay rent and all this other stuff. I'm just listening. I don't know why you saying I'm not saying actually anything. I'm just listening and carrying and bringing back what you. I'm just reflecting what you're saying.
Okay, that's fine. But let me finish because that's not what you're saying.
Okay.
You're saying, oh, will a person go out and buy a Bugatti if they had $1 million reparations check?
That's what you said. I'm just asking you if that's
what you are saying. I'm telling you yes.
Okay.
What you have been saying on this podcast is that we are basically saying that we are narrow-minded and that we are minimalizing the people's mindset out here and what they will spend their money on. That's what you have said. And I'm telling you that there's a lot of people out there who went and bought not just Hellcats, lamb chops in Colorado. I saw a man on the news just 2 days ago. The man couldn't get his employees to come back to work.
So
they didn't want to come
wait.
to work because of the stimulus check and because of the unemployment.
What kind of job is it?
Wait. Can we talk about that for a second? And I kind of felt a little some kind of way. I read something, and I guess I never thought about it because I guess in the next week or so, there's certain McDonald's employees who are thinking about striking. So think about this, and we all know what Money Making Mitch, who is, I guess I read, the third wealthiest senator in the Senate. Is that about right, Maynard?
I don't know.
He got a lot of paper, right?
He got more paper than me, for certain.
Yeah, so Money Making Mitch, and in certain states, I think it was Florida, South Carolina, and another state that are going to, if they don't catch you going to try to get a job today, because there's so many jobs out there, they're going to take some of your bread away. But I thought about this, and for the people talking about they can't get people to come back to work, Spud, all three of us are super blessed that we don't have this issue. But trying to make it in today's society with a job that pays you $11, $12, or $13 an hour.
What about $8?
That's almost slavery, my dude.
Talk about it.
So some of this, I mean, I can't, when I look at some of these people who have these complaints, and like you just said, I was listening to something on NPR, these rich people some of these business owners who got these big PPP loans, and they're paying people $8 an hour, and you want them to work 40 to 45 hours a week, and you how does that work? Like, I don't, rent, gas, food. God forbid you got a child. God forbid you're trying to pay a little health care. because you're not getting health care at $8 an hour.
Hellcat note.
Yeah, but you're not. If you had $11, I'm hoping that unless you like, your cousin's a D-boy, he didn't help you with a big down payment. They're not approving that. But how can you live like that, dog?
You can't. You can't. And so, what I was asking a second ago when you said that there was somebody who was on the news say he can't get workers to come back. Of course, it's a crying shame when unemployment pays more than minimum wage, right?
Yes.
The minimum wage today is $7.25 an hour. Now, in this country, I heard this the other day. It was the updated. It's something like a family of 3 at $24,000 a year is living at the poverty level. And don't hold me to those numbers. I may be off $1,000 one way or the other, but it's not much off of that. So if you imagine that 2 people, and one person making $7.25 an hour is only making about $15,000 a year.
That's before taxes, man.
That's before taxes.
Tax man something.
Of course, I'm not going to go back to a job that pays $7.25 an hour. I don't care if it is McDonald's. And we know this, that there were people who were going to work every day at their good jobs as lawyers, as doctors, as whatever kind of halfway decent, as an accountant or whatever it may be. And they were like, oh, I'm hungry. I want to stop past Subway or McDonald's or Taco Bell or whatever they were going to do and get food. And they picked it up for lunch or they took it home or whatever the case may be. Those people who work those jobs at the grocery stores as well, they're essential workers. They're essential workers. We should pay them as such. And here's the thing. The people who own these places, do you think that if you pay people a greater wage and the prices go up, whatever they may go up, 3, 4, 5, 10%, you think we're going to stop eating food? You think we're going to stop buying light bulbs for our homes? You think we're going to stop purchasing gas to fill our vehicles? I remember when gas during the Bush era went up to $4 and $5 a gallon. Did we stop driving? People still, what's the hottest vehicle at that time? Still was the Escalade, it's a gas guzzler. People still buying Denali's.
Again, and I get all that, and that's on a higher level, but I'm just saying of basic humanity, any employer who's having a discussion about keeping a worker in 2021 at $7 to $11 an hour, like, yo, dog, I don't have any sympathy for them. None. Not at all.
You pay.
It doesn't make sense for in a place where everything is about self-preservation. If I was in that position, I wouldn't go to work either. It doesn't make sense.
Right. And there's one other thing I'll add. If you pay your workers minimum wage and you're fearful that giving them an X% raise. Now let's talk about, for instance, the move to $15 an hour. Everybody, we say 15, or the Democrats have been shouting about 15. They've been talking about a 4-year stair-step increase to get to 15. Oh, it's going to be 10, then it's going to be 12, and then 13, and then 15, or whatever, however they're going to do it. And I'm not 100% sure of it. It's not 15 tomorrow. But if you are paying your people $8 an hour and going to $10 an hour is going to bankrupt your business, then you weren't in business anyway. You've been balancing your business on the back of people who deserve to be paid better. You weren't in business. If that is what's going to bankrupt you, then you've been doing something wrong the entire time.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Boehner.
I agree. I totally agree. But unemployment does run out, right?
Unemployment does run out. That part.
So sooner or later, somebody's going to have to get back to work.
True. Somebody going to have to get back to work. Some of these people are going to have a rude awakening on that. But here's the other part. I'm sorry?
Because money making Mitch is talking about, I'm trying to repeat my saying about Obama. I'm trying to make Biden a one-term president.
That's what he's trying to do. He certainly is doing everything.
Trying to get him out of there.
But
Mother Nature's going to take care of that. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That wasn't nice.
What do you mean?
whoever it is you were talking about,
Let's just put two sentences together. Y'all saw the speech. Y'all see the press conferences. My man be struggling, dude.
I'm not seeing what you're seeing, but okay.
Of course you're not, because you have your virtual pearls and your chucks too tight. You know what I mean?
Virtual pearls?
We're gonna have our pearls and chucks on because America's not racist. Yeah, all right.
All right, man. I mean, Lamont, what else did you want to talk about?
No, that was it, man. I was just, again, you know, I say to some people sometime I'm in the bubble, but I'm gonna throw both of you guys in it too, man. I heard again a bubble about the, because none of us aren't on here working minimum wage. You know what I mean?
I am.
Man, stop. Stop. You drink too much of that shit with the blue label on around the bottle. You know what I mean? And think about that. What you drink sometimes, that could possibly be somebody's wage for the week. Am I right?
Well, but here's the problem I have, though, Lamont.
What?
And this is no diss to anybody. But look, but Maynard can afford it. There are people out there who are actually buying that same amount of alcohol and can't afford it.
I got that, but we were just on
That's
the minimum wage.
Too.
Yeah, well, so but you're talking about financial literacy. I think that's a little different. You know what I mean? That's different. I think we got a ways to go before we get to that.
Hold on though. Let me say this about Maynard can afford it.
What? Is that it right there?
This is a bottle of blue. It's $220. That's the same damn bottle though. I want y'all to know I sipped that. That's it. I can't mess around and drink that bottle in a week, in a month, in 6 months. I will sip on that bottle.
So somebody that's working part-time, 20 hours a week, you just had that in your hand very casually.
Well, they can listen. It is what it is. I couldn't if they're doing 20.
That sounds very.
No. I'm saying the math is what the math is. If they're working 20 hours a week at $10 an hour, they made $200. I guess that's that, right? But that's a week for them. This is going to last me for a year.
Stop lying, man.
Are you kidding? I ain't drinking that bottle that fast. That bottle's going. If it don't make 9 months.
Let me ask you a question. So I'm sorry to switch gears. That just came into my brain. James Craig has a chance at the governor?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
Wadsworth, there's your answer.
Is this his out? Because that's what I was saying. I was like, you know what? He just wants out. He just wants to be like, you know what? I don't want to do this Detroit police thing no more. I'm going to go on and retire, run for governor, get as much fundraising money as I can, and I'm going to call it a day. If I win, I win. If I don't, see y'all later.
You mean kind of like Keisha down in Atlanta? Like, I'm going to go do this run, and I'm going to go get the money.
Yeah, but in my opinion, Keisha has political future.
Yeah, but it's still about the money.
All this is saying that he don't have a political future, but I don't know if his reputation as a police chief was like. Well, don't you go from police chief to mayor first?
Yeah,
like
this is a shuffle, dog.
But a governor, like
here's the one thing though.
Of things before that.
To discuss Keisha's situation, in the past 24 months, she had a bad run in Atlanta. She had the cop shoot the boy at the Wendy's. She had something else occur down there. I can't remember. It was another police-related deal. I think maybe she's saying, before I embarrass myself running for mayor again, I'm going to go ahead and just not run. That way she can kind of shake a little bit off and then find another spot.
But Craig got bodies on him too, dog. What are you talking about? It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
A lot of bodies on his time in the chair.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying right this minute, I'm curious, and I like Keisha Lance Bottoms. I think she would make a great senator at some point. Those seats are all filled up, right? Good Democratic candidates there. Governor, she obviously got into
why didn't she go to the White House?
What do you mean? Why didn't she go? You mean?
I told her, come on.
With Joe or in some other position?
With the pearls and the chucks. Come on, girl. Put on your chucks, girl. Come on. She said, nah, I'm going to chill down here in the A-Town, shouty.
Do we have something ignorant to talk about before we go?
So...
No.
Steve Harvey says that men and women cannot be friends. That there's always going to be somebody who's going to want something from the other person. Sexually.
That's not ignorant enough, ain't it?
No? Okay. Kevin Samuels say if you fat and you a woman and you 5'3", you are way below average and you shouldn't. And you don't deserve love.
For real? For real?
He said you don't deserve an opportunity to be with a high value man if you fat and you got children and you under the age of say 30 and you 5'3", you don't deserve a high value man. And if that's
every woman deserves a high value man.
Well, do you know what they?
Wait.
This
Hold
is.
on, I didn't hear that. I'm having an issue with my ear. What'd you say, Spud? What was that again?
Deserves a high valued man.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's a lie. No, they don't.
Do you know? Do you know what the new? I didn't know this. So, first of all, high value man is that's part of the new talk. Okay. That's the new term. That's a new term. It's for me at least. I just.
What's the definition of a high valued man?
Well, first of all, a lot of it has to do with his financial success. That's step one. Not like, oh, he's got good morals and values, but they want a high value man is defined as. Let's see here. There's a definition right here. 20 traits of a high value man. Let's see what this is. He commits himself and others. He commits to himself and others. He puts love forth. He loves putting forth the effort for a woman. He makes plans and follows through. He calls and doesn't rely solely on text. He's a great conversationalist. He dresses and grooms himself.
Yeah, Lipstick Alley wrote that, dog. That's not the real Kevin Samuels definition.
No, that's not.
That was a bunch of females sitting in the room said, let's go ahead and come up with some more propaganda. No. Well, that ain't Kevin Samuels talk.
No, but the big thing that they've been talking about, in many of these chat rooms and conversations, a high value man is supposed to be making more than six figures, making six figures and up. They don't mean 125. They mean $200,000, $300,000. He doesn't have children. He's got his teeth are right, and there's all that stuff that who was that girl? Simone B was saying, teeth, health, children, zip, none, good credit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a high value man. Makes $150,000 or more. Kevin Samuels say, I'm sorry, little 5'2" black woman.
It's a real problem for me.
No, listen, why?
Listen, I have been married, right?
My man Frank adds that it's supposed to be six figure salary for at least 5 straight years. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Listen. I don't know, where do people get all these expectations from when it comes to relationships and marriage and all of these benchmarks and all of these other things? Listen to me when I tell you. Right. You can have a high-powered man, a high-powered female. You can have... Listen, I remember an imam of mine, right? A Muslim imam of mine. He used to say, listen, when you get married, you meet your wife, she's going to be 36, 24, 36. In about 10 years, she's just going to be 36. All right? She is going to go from boom, bing, pow, to just boom. Listen, all these superficial things, they're just stupid.
Well,
I don't know if you can say that, my guy. No, you can't.
Listen.
Can I defend my position?
Go, Lamont, sir, please defend.
No, and I've had this conversation. We have to understand that this world is a very big place, and everybody does not adhere to maybe what we believe in. And I think that we have to come to the realization that that's okay. That there's some people are buying into that high value system and they want to have certain things at a very superficial level. Because Spud, you was getting ready to get deep with it. I know where you're going. But there's some people out here, we said this, they're not going to make it. They're not trying to get deep. They will pay 26% for a Hellcat. That's the APR, dog. So how you going to sit here, like I keep telling you, we having calculus conversations with people that don't understand basic math.
Well, let me give you the basic math.
Still spending 30 bands on a Birkin bag, dog.
Let me give you the basic math for what Kevin Samuels is trying to say. And it makes sense. We all know that the head cheerleader chick, right? The Molly Ringwald, if you will, if you're talking about the Breakfast Club, that's our age group, if you so forth.
Who's Molly Ringwald? Who was that?
She was a little skinny girl that was in all the John Hughes movies from the 80s. Was she black? No, how about this? Let's put it like this. Charlene.
Black reference?
Charlene from what was it? Willis and Arnold, Different Strokes. Janet Jackson plays Charlene.
Okay.
That she wasn't looking at the scrub dude. Yo, she out of your league. That's what they have us believe. She's up here. You down there. We also know that the captain of the football team was not looking at, the girl from band camp until he found out what she did at band camp. The girl with the glasses, the Coke bottle glasses, and the book bag, and
What did she do, big fella? What she do? I never went to band camp. What was that?
Well, let's just say she played the flute. So anyhow,
no, she's supposed to blow the horn. She's supposed to be in the horn section, my dude, not the flute.
Blow the
blow the whistle. And so forever and ever, this has kind of been the way our structures are. So what a lot of these women are out here for is what we used to call sack chasers. Do we still say sack chasing? No?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, we know they're trying to get the major bag. Bag alert, major bag alert.
Major bag alert.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. The average income in America, more people in America make this as an income than any other income. $53,000. 50% of all Americans, 50% of all American men make $53,000. Something like 80% make less than $75,000 or less.
So, man, I got a quick question. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
So, are you saying that, and I'm just going to go with black women, are overvaluing?
Yes.
Themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if they're putting
they're underwater. What you're saying?
If they're putting all their eggs in the basket of
wait, hold up, wait. That they were precious. That they were the best, that they were the world, and the reality is that they're underwater like that Dodge Charger, that they're really only worth about 30,000 Blue Book value, and the loan that they have is like 75 G's. Is that what we at? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, I'm not responding to that directly, Lamont.
Thank you.
No, and they were
but you know what?
Hey,
But you want to know something?
You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to keep this to yourself. You are the best. No, sometimes you just need to give it away. How about that?
So, every car.
I mean, we got to give it to them, right?
The minute that you sign a note on any car, it becomes a used car, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All used cars were once new cars, and all new cars are headed to becoming used cars. Is that right?
Yeah, but a lot of us out here driving used cars.
A lot of people are driving used cars, but they paying new car prices.
Yep.
And there's a lot of used cars that are sitting on the lot because the price too high.
You Negroes just dancing. It's overvalued.
Price too damn high.
So what is an overvalued woman then?
Say it again?
What is an overvalued woman?
In their mind.
Let's go to Maynard's thing. What do black people want? What is an overvalued? Tell me, where's my pen and paper? Let me
tell you. So Leslie Jones, famous comedian, from Saturday Night Live fame as of today, but years and years ago when she was just getting started, I remember her doing a joke, and she said, I wrote down everything I wanted in a man. And she said, I want him to have this much money. I want him to have an education, probably a PhD, be this kind of health, have this kind of credit. He need to have a 750 credit score or better. He need to make $200,000 or more. He need to have $500,000 in the bank. He need to love his mama. Need to this, and so on and so forth. And then she said, damn, when I wrote all that down, I was like, shit, I got to get my own shit together. If I meet him, he too good for me. Yes.
Yeah, but you went through that 4-minute thing, but the most important part was the last 15 seconds.
Right.
And the last 15 seconds was what the average African-American woman is not going to do.
Well, and that's beautiful. I don't know if that's black women. I don't know if that's. I'm not calling out black women. You call black women. I ain't got nothing to do with that part.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm just saying that Kevin Samuels say
we're more versed to have that discussion than to talk about what's going on in the Jewish community with their women. Am I correct? All three of us probably have had more experience with black women than any other section of women in this country, correct?
Not me.
Stop it. Stop it. All we got to do is go to Views Barbecue and just sit at the bar and just watch.
This is the group thing.
You said what?
What? All I'm saying is this. If you think women... This is what I'm trying to figure out. And a lot of the people who are listening and see this, y'all know what Kevin Samuels is talking about, how he act, how he, whatever. He literally goes in on these women. He goes in heavy. A lot of times he's right. A lot of times he's just but it's a little bit mean how he delivers the message. But who are the women who keep showing up to be savaged by Kevin? You know what he's going to do. Where is your self-esteem?
Is this the guy who got into it with Dr. Umar?
Yeah, they didn't get into it, but they were trying to pitch them against each other. Yeah,
it was a versus they were trying to create. Yeah,
I'm like, I don't even know who Kevin Samuels is. Like,
you're not in the culture no more, huh?
How much out the loop I am.
Dude is funny. But again, he still is one of the few people that I've seen in popular social media environment that really talk very positive about black men. So and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's one of my biggest things what I like about dude. Now, Maynard's right. The way he talks to women, he could word it differently. But the one thing that he doesn't do, he doesn't talk ill will about black men. When, on so many other different levels, whether we're watching TV, watching the news, listening to our music, whatever it is, it's always very anti-black male. You know what I mean? That's the one thing.
It's a lot of black male hate out there. It's a lot of black male hate.
Exactly. That's the one thing that dude does not do. And I think that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Even some of the women that call up there to the show, because he doesn't bash black men. You know what I mean? He doesn't do that. So
he will savage a boy.
Black men don't cheat.
Yeah.
Well, what he was saying the other day about what's the boy named Bill Gates is that Bill Gates didn't cheat. He just exercised a new option. He went into the relationship talking about exercising options, and so as a result, he about to divorce this woman. She gonna get some money, but he had an option to do it. I guess that's how it worked.
God bless him.
Isn't
the reason why the divorce is because Bill Gates had to see his ex-girlfriend once a year or something like that? I'll tell you, I'm not so out the loop, man.
I mean, I heard that too, but it's like, let's be honest with you. And I hate to say this amongst us three, like, we can't really even have how do you have a thought process when you are worth, what is it, over $150 billion?
Amen.
Just think about what kind of person Maynard would be with $150 billion.
Just 3 more billion more, and you'll know. Just 3 billion. Depends on what Dogecoin does today. If my Dogecoin goes up,
what kind of orgies him and Jeff Bezos was having on the jet?
Wait a minute. Come
on, dog. You have no idea what them dudes probably was getting busy doing. Who knows?
Orgies,
including fish and animals. Who knows?
Orgies. That's not.
I saw something silly on Twitter said something
what
about
would Jesus do?
And fish were involved. I was like, fish? But whatever. That's Twitter.
Orgies out here.
Lamont. Disgusting.
I mean, but how is that? That's not far-fetched. Matter of fact, and I know you got to wrap us up. I don't know if this was new or old, but I was watching a HBO documentary on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And that one year that they won against Philly, I think that was the game where he was not able to play the last game, right? And Magic stepped up. Was that about right, Maynard?
Right.
So there was a clip of when the Lakers flew back to L.A., and Kareem, because he wasn't in Philly, he ran up the plane, and they showed the clip where Kareem told all of the guys, he said, hey, I got the champagne and the girls ready. Now, this was when? What was that, Maynard? 80-something?
Yes.
Yeah, but that was my point. That was 80-something. I'm talking about 2021.
What do you think they're doing now, Spud? If Kareem and them was doing that in the 80s, and they had nowhere near,
get Paul Pierce on the phone.
Talk about somebody who just decided to throw a job away. Just,
you know what I'm saying? Man, listen. God bless. Shout out to Paul Pierce. He took care of his business.
Yo, can I say a couple of quick things? And I know we're gonna wrap up. Just some, my own personal stuff. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. He tied Oscar Robertson for the most triple doubles in a career, and he could possibly break the record any night this week. He's got some more games, but that just lets you know how great Russell Westbrook is, but how great Oscar Robertson is. All these years, Oscar Robertson's record had not been broken, and finally, one person stepped. Even if Russell surpasses it, that means Oscar's still at second place right now. So that's amazing. And a handful of other players out there. LeBron looks like he's going to be down. Maybe he might be back, but the West doesn't look as strong as it did. The East is killer, and my Sixers are sitting on top of the East, and that's what I wanted to get to. So thank you. I appreciate your time.
You could have just said your Sixers or, what I'm saying?
Now, but we got to salute the Big O. Oscar Robertson is legend. So, and then the Sixers are number 1 in the East. You do look like Deshaun. Or Deshaun looks like you.
And hands down. Scary, ain't it?
Yeah, I know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us for this episode of 3 Black Guys with the Mic. We truly appreciate you guys joining us. Do us a favor, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so that way you can get the notifications when we go live. Also, hit the thumbs up button on Facebook. And we will do it again next Monday, man. We will have, a whole lot more to talk about. Just not a lot to talk about when Donald's not there.
I miss you, Donald.
Oh, God. You missed the buffoonery.
Hello.
Send the country into turmoil so we can have us a good show. We just got to work harder.
Get the country to turmoil so we have something to talk about.
We just got to work harder. We got to have a production meeting. That's all.
We good. Donald coming back 2024. We see you, baby.
All right, man. We holla at y'all. Y'all have a great week. We'll talk to y'all next week. Peace.